Aljamain Sterling is being called a hypocrite after questioning the eye poke situation with Tom Aspinall, questioning if Tom wanted to quit, despite a few years ago himself being in a similar situation, which also all led for Aljamain to tweet at me, guys. Yeah, that's right, disagreeing with what I had to say. I felt like it was a bit ridiculous for Aljamain to have this take, but he did reply, and we're going to get into that as well. Obviously, we're still talking about this eye poke situation, UFC 321, where Ciryl Gane eye poked Tom Aspinall by accident. Tom Aspinall couldn't continue, and now there's this open debate. Did Tom Aspinall quit instead of just talking about the cheaters, talking about, Ciryl Gane, talking about eye pokes, talking about getting new gloves, having productive conversations now? We're just going to decide if Tom Aspinall wanted to quit. Aljamain, though, did come out. He made a podcast and talked about the situation. To my surprise, he didn't exactly talk very favorably of Tom Aspinall. And why I was surprised about this is, as I just stated before, Aljamain Sterling was in a pretty similar situation against Petr Yan, right? When he fought Petr Yan, I think 2021, he was doing decent in the beginning. It was pretty close. Then the fight, Petr Yan started to take over the fight. Aljamain then started to get tired. And in the fourth round, Petr Yan accidentally threw a knee to the head of Aljamain, which, obviously we all know Aljamain could not continue the fight. And that's how he won the belt. He won the belt by DQ and had fans questioning for a whole year, maybe even over a year. Was he faking it? Was he being a baby? This and that. First, Aljamain opens up and says that surprisingly, he is not on Tom's side, which it is surprising. Like I said, I would have thought that he would advocate for Tom like he wished someone advocated for him, or at least apply the same logic to this situation. Aljamain always seemed to say the same thing that I'm saying right now, that it is up to the guy committing the foul, that he should be blamed. It is his fault for what the guy who got fouled does. You know what I'm saying? That has been, it seems, Aljamain's stance up until this point now. It seems like it changes. He also questions Tom because Tom right off the bat said he couldn't see, and kind of says, look, he didn't even try, and just overall questions Tom and says that he isn't 100% sure if Tom could see or not. And like I said, this is just yet another person adding on to this narrative, which it sucks for Tom because we have like four huge names, and I mean huge names, I'll say, yeah, in the MMA community, four huge names speaking out against Tom, putting out negative narratives. And Aljamain is just the latest. I mean, we had Chael Sonnen and Anthony Smith. We had, biggest of all, Dana White himself come out and not say nice things about Tom. It seems like kind of imply that, it was a choice for Tom not to fight, and kind of put him down in a way. And this is literally just adding on to the, constant online narrative that Tom was afraid, Tom is shit, Tom, he's a terrible fighter, he's scared. Like, I don't understand where any of these narratives are coming from. And Aljamain Sterling uploaded this video, and this is where we get to the juicy part where I get involved in this somehow. I don't even know how I got dragged into this. That, I saw a news thing on Twitter, a news post about it, what Aljamain said. I couldn't believe it. Like I said, guys, I was shocked to hear this. I have consistently held this opinion, I guess, my whole time. I even defended Bilal back in the day for getting eye poked against Leon Edwards. That's how far back we can go. And Bilal Muhammad isn't exactly like a fan favorite here. So if I'm sticking up for Bilal, I mean, this is just the principle. I always agree with this. And like I also said this on stream yesterday, that Aljamain Sterling, that situation is a big reason why I feel as strongly as I do, because I didn't think it was right how he got picked apart online by fans at the time when it wasn't even his fault. It's not his choice to get kneed or not. So then I just replied on Twitter to the post and said, I always defended Aljo just like I'm defending Tom. Absolutely insane he'd say this, LOL. And Aljamain Sterling himself actually responded. I didn't even tweet at him. This wasn't a response to him. This was on a news post. So I was completely surprised to see the notification that Funk Master himself retweeted my tweet, quote tweeted it, and responded. I was like, I cannot be seeing this right. So I clicked the notification and see Aljamain Sterling say, what did I actually say? LOL. Now, obviously, you guys know, if you guys are real fans of the channel, you guys know this isn't the first interaction with Aljamain. Aljamain actually came on the channel back in the day. So, I don't know. I don't really consider this as much a diss. Like, I don't think he was dissing me. I mean, it seems like a question, so, I'll let it slide for now. I was about to have to pull up to Sarah Longo, have to teach him a little jujitsu. He said, what did I actually say, LOL? And I responded, I said, you were questioning how bad the foul was. I always felt like it was wrong. People never gave you the benefit of the doubt about the knee. Why are we victim blaming and questioning if someone is hurt or not, and not placing the blame on the cheaters, accident or not? Like, I don't understand how fans have such a leap in logic to, not even think about where the foul is coming from, but to just think about the guy who was hurt. Like, we don't question Ciryl Gane. Like, where is Ciryl Gane's hate? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even saying Ciryl Gane deserves hate, but I'm saying if you're going to give Tom hate, I think Ciryl Gane definitely deserves a lot more hate than Tom, seeing he's the one that caused the situation. He's the reason the fight got stopped. He's the reason that we cannot see the end of the main event because, he opened up his palm. He did not close his palm like he's supposed to, right? First of all, he's a striker. He's not even going to try to be grappling anyway, so he could close him. You know what I mean? That is the only reason you're going to do it is for distance, is to make it a little harder to go forward, like Tom was doing to blitz. Aljamain did not reply to me though, and I honestly do think it's because, like, what was he going to say in response? Like, I felt like it was a pretty fair response. Like, I don't think he could disagree. I have defended Aljamain for a long time, so I'm literally like on the same defense team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the strats here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know his arguments backwards and out because I used these arguments for him back in the day. So he cannot argue against these because these are foolproof. I mean, I just don't understand. I'm just shocked to hear Aljamain say this. I'm shocked. I think it would have been respectable for him to come out and say, look, this is the stance on fouls, man. I've always said this. It happened with me. This is what happens when you get fouled. Guys shouldn't get blamed, and stand with Tom. He should. But it's just sad to me, man, all these people coming out. And, I've seen some people say that this is, Aljamain going, with the UFC narrative. I'm not even sure if that's what it is. I'm not even sure what this is, what the thinking behind this is. Does he actually believe this? Because it's insane if he actually believes this. Like, he was literally complaining about fans doing this exact thing to him. And let me say this, I think it's more concrete that Tom could not continue than Aljamain. There's literally a picture with Ciryl Gane's whole finger in Tom Aspinall's eye socket, bro. It's literally on the internet, right? And we don't know what's going on in Aljamain's head when he got hit with the knee. I don't think either guy should continue. I'm willing to give either guy the benefit of the doubt. But if we're going to play these games of, let's speculate this and that, I don't think anyone wants to play these games. I don't think Aljamain wants to play the game because, look, the fans have spoken. They do not think that he was being serious with the injury. And I just think overall, we got to give these fighters the benefit of the doubt. They're getting in there anyway. I don't think that they're going to fuck up a bag. And even on top of that, let me say this. If Tom or Aljamain, let's just say, both faked their fouls and they both were not hurt, right? Or as hurt as they made it sound, right? And they just wanted a way out. And even in their head, they're like, look, I'm losing the fight. I just want to get out of this and I'll win the next one. Even if they think that, guess what? I'm okay with that because, once again, this is the punishment you get for cheating. This is the risks you run. I'm sure Petr Yan learned that day, hey, I'm not going to cheat again. I'm sure that Ciryl Gane learned literally on Saturday, hey, I'm not going to eye poke again. And these are all big, huge lessons for these guys. And I'm just surprised because I thought that Aljamain Sterling would give Tom Aspinall the same benefit of the doubt that I'm sure he wished he was given, and that I gave him at the time, because I was a huge defender of Aljamain Sterling when the knee happened. And this has been pretty much my stance consistently on fouls, not just Aljamain, not just Tom Aspinall, doesn't matter who it is. I always say the same thing. If someone fouls another fighter, that fighter has the right to take full advantage because that is the punishment of doing a foul. The reason why we have these breaks is to even out the odds. If Tom Aspinall gets eye poked, he's allowed to take 5 minutes of rest. He's even allowed to say, you know what? I don't want to fight anymore, because I feel like that is the punishment. This is what, these cheaters should feel. I'm sure Ciryl Gane in his next fight is going to make sure that he is not going to poke anybody in the eye. Like, he's going to have his fist totally shut. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to teach these guys a lesson. And hopefully other eye pokers all around the world can watch this fight and say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to make sure my fists are a little bit closed. And hopefully these types of incidents, help the fighters realize, hey, I need to do something about this. I got to control myself. And this isn't just on the fighters. This is also on the multi-billion-dollar company, which is the UFC, that rarely ever reinvests into the sport anymore. And we need to see new gloves. I mean, we need to have these bigger events. We need gloves. I mean, at the very least, can we just get gloves? Can we just get proper MMA equipment so guys aren't tearing out each other's eyes in the middle of fights and we're ending main events early? And that's the punishment. I think it's a fair punishment, guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I being too mean? Am I being too rude to the MMA fighters? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All love to Aljamain. As we know, look, he gave me an interview back in the day when I had literally like less than 20 subs. So shout out to Aljamain. Shout out to y'all. And even if Aljamain hates me, I mean, look, all love on my side. I could never hate, Aljamain. I'll invite you over here. Look, I'll invite you to the chair. We'll do something together type shit. And look, we'll get it going, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my last video where I talked about Tom Aspinall going to the doctor and, some people saying he got exposed in this video. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one.